And that was page 173. We're on page 96. Just to remind you, we're dealing with the different levels of the rabbinic study of halakha. So you have the Gersa level where you become fluent in the text, know it by heart. We wrote the Sabir Lakish, where he was being carried by somebody, and he heard that and then he understood from the person that was carrying him over a puddle that he knows the four collections. And at first Shakish told him, put me on the ground because you shouldn't be carrying me. It's Aib if you know four collections. He says he's Taneh the four collections, meaning Gersa. He was fluent in the four collections, but he was not Matneh. He didn't come to the second level, which is Gamir, and Matneh the four collections, and therefore the Shakish agreed that the person carrying him would continue carrying him. So these are the first level is Gersa, the second level is Gamir, where you become fluent in not just in the language of the text, but in the at the conceptual level. At the conceptual level, and you're fluent in the ideas, right? You can discuss the ideas, you can teach the ideas, yeah. And then we have the third level. The third and the last level, Sabir, presupposed full mastery of the preceding levels and involved intense preparations. So my father brings the Gemara on Masechet Shabbat Daf Sanich Gimel Amud Aleph. I don't remember what that is, but I do want to look at the footnotes. And I'm sorry, I know it's going to make the classes a little longer and a little less interesting, perhaps. But it is interesting, or it is important rather, to do this. I think. Let me see if I can find what this was about. We're looking at Masechet Shabbat Daf Sanich Gimel Amud Aleph. That's what the footnote leads to. And I have no idea what this is, how this is relevant. I think I know why. So the footnote, the text said, the third and last level, Sabir, presupposes full mastery of the preceding levels. So, let's see, maybe it's before the Mishnah. It could be I'm looking at the wrong place. I know that there is here in the bottom of the page a discussion of Talmidei Chachamim that are helping each other study. I don't know if that's where it would be. And here it is. Okay. Amar Rav Kana Kadavena Bar Tamnesele Shenin or Shanin. He says, Rav Kana says that he was 18 years old. V'hava Gamir Nale Lekule Talmuda, and he was Gamir in the entire Talmud. So the Gamir, that's the second level. V'la Vayadana the enemy Klayosemi De Peshuto Adashta. Maika Mashmalan Deligmir Inish Vehadar Lisbir. So he was unaware of something, namely that en mikra yoseh midei peshuto. And why didn't he know that? So here as the text says, presupposes full mastery of the preceding levels. Since he jumped to the Sabir level too early, he should have stayed with the second level, which is Gamir. And he jumped to it too early, and because of that, there was a certain fault in his understanding of matters, right? That's this point. I'm reading the sentence again in the text. The third and last level, Sabir, presupposes full mastery of the preceding levels, and Rav Kahana's mastery of the Gamir, second level, was not complete, and therefore he shouldn't have jumped to the Sabir level. And that's what he says. Deligmir inish v'hadar lisbir. Okay. To illustrate, Rabbi Yochanan, the most distinguished rabbinic scholar of his time, was able to master the first and second levels of the Sifra in 3 days, but he needed 3 months to attain Sabir. Where is this? This is in the Gemara Masechet Yevamot Daf Ayin Bet Amud Bet, and what took place in that Gemara was Rabbi Elazar ben Padat had a chidush for Rabbi Yochanan that Rabbi Yochanan loved, and then Resh Lakish told Rabbi Yochanan, you know that Chidush is in the Sifra de Verat, right? And then when Rabbi Yochanan heard this, he decided to study the Sifra. It took him 3 days to become fluent in the text of the Sifra, right? That's the Girsa level, right? So he was able to master the first and second levels of the first two levels, meaning Girsa and Gamir, it took him 3 days, but he needed 3 months to be Sabir. Interesting. So it shows you the difference between Sabir is a much higher level of knowledge, right? So knowledge at the Gamir level did not imply knowledge at the Sabir level, right? So you could be Gamir and not Sabir. The Gemara here is Masechet Yoma, Daf Lamid Gimel Amud Aleph. That's the Gemara that deals with Abaye Hava Mesader Seder Ma'aracha Mishema Digmara Ve'aliba De'aba Shalom Mishema Digmara Ve'aliba De'aba Shalom. I'm not sure why that Gemara is relevant. I don't know. That's in Masechet Yoma. I'm not sure how that Gemara is relevant. Again, that Gemara has a Seder Ma'aracha Gedola, Kodemet Ma'aracha Sheniya Shel Ketoret, Ma'aracha Sheniya Shel Ketoret, Kodemet Esidur Shene Gezirei Yasim, and so on. But fair enough. So, knowledge at the Gamir level did not imply knowledge at the Sabir level, right? Some could learn Gamir from one teacher, but had to study Sabir from another, right? That's a Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin, where I believe Rabbi Akiva says, let me open up the Gemara, that he was able to study from Rabbi Elazar. I don't remember whether it was Gamir or Sabir. The fact that halacha, but the point is you can study Gamir from one person, but then you need to study Sabir from another person. The fact that halacha generally transmits legal and Haggadah, narrative and exegetical material, is the effect, not the cause of their formal difference. So halacha, of course, it transmits legal material, because for legal material you really have to understand, have a rigorous knowledge, not just of the text, but of the concepts. And because of that, they use the halacha, the fixed formulation, as a tool to transmit halacha. And of course, Haggadah, which is more stories and exegetical, doesn't require that rigorous text, right? The relationship between their content and their formal difference will become clear upon considering the theory of oral law expounded by Sharir HaGaon. That will be in the next class.